Hello, my friend. Welcome to my studio. I've decided to share a collection of essays I've written in my personal journal over the years, and these are basically writings that cover topics and feelings artists often experience but rarely share. As artists, we are able to fall deep in dark pits of self doubt, uncertainty, and melancholy. We question our purpose, hold on to negativity, and doubt our abilities because it's hard. It's really hard to work against the grid to pursue our calling, something that has been given to us at birth. Sometimes the psychological pressure we feel being a working artist is tougher to overcome than the financial burden we all face at times. I'd like to share my notes on comparisons, failure, and jealousy. Many artists are riddled with jealousy or paralyzing fear of not being good enough or of not being able to achieve something. As a result, we draw endless comparisons and feel bad about ourselves. I often see how jealous other artists are of me despite their awesome achievements and accolades I really don't have. So I think about the mastery of others differently, although I must admit that I also compare myself to others. First, I look at the talents of other artists as a high bar to reach up to, as a place to aspire to, and to be inspired. I find other artists' work incredibly inspirational to me, and I also learn from art and artists a great deal. Second, I look at other artists I admire not to give up because they're good and I am not. They are talented, and I may fall into this trap thinking that there is no time in the universe to ever get close to their level of mastery. Perhaps I'll never will, but why would I give up on all the fun and joy that art brings me? Why would I limit myself and stop painting just because someone else is better? See, comparisons don't move you forward, they stop you from even beginning doing something meaningful in your life. And as a result, you end up achieving nothing, complaining about the circumstances you are in. Personally, I release myself from this strange feeling of jealousy. I don't really feel it. I replace it with a feeling of gratitude. I am very grateful I am able to create. Failure takes a big part in my life. For every finished painting, there are a few that end up in a trash can. I get rejected often. I also fail in some relationships with people, and I fail to communicate my boundaries that get pushed to the wildest extremes at times. So, failure is intense, frustrating, hurtful. Failure paralyzes me. Failure grounds me to the floor so hard I can barely breathe. Over the years, it's getting harder to recover from it. However, failure doesn't stop me from trying to achieve what I want. Failure is a signal to do things differently, to find a new approach. And finding this new way takes a lot of energy that often rivals my desire to let it all go in flames. So, if you're a gifted person, it doesn't mean you got something, it means you can give something away. Carl Jung. On artistic sensitivity. Artists are also extremely sensitive people and react to the environment and opinions on a much deeper level than others. That's one of the reasons why we see so many talented actors, writers, painters, and musicians self medicating a weakness that's been defined as a mental illness. I think it's more complicated than that. I see sensitivity in young art students, and what I can control, they cannot yet, and those emotions often arise and confuse them. Yes, the sensitivity that artists have makes us different. Different in having a natural gift that actually keeps on giving if we nurture it. It can become the artist's strength. We are able to see something really beautiful in a regular place. We are able to move people emotionally. We go down in history as innovators in thoughts and movements. We make the world less ugly and more humane. Artists bring light and beauty into this world. And it's a wonderful contribution into this world, if you ask me. On self-limitation and work ethic. As artists, we are creative. However, we often impose limits on ourselves via dated beliefs and social norms. In the beginning of our journey, we may want to conform to norms. However, those norms and limitations stifle our natural creativity. Allow yourself to experiment with new materials, play with your ideas, and paint what you want to paint. Also, take art classes to learn new or a different skill. Despite having all the college degrees I have, I often buy new classes online because I want to learn new skills in digital painting, illustration, business, finance, and so on. And here's a very good quote by Stephen King. Talent is cheaper than a table salt. What separates the talented individual from the successful one is a lot of hard work. So also it's super important to work through your artistic problems. If I gave up on every painting I created, I'd be in the same spot I started 25 years ago. By working through my problems, finishing up every painting, I learned to problem solve and evolve. I improve my artistic skill and creativity by not allowing myself to give up on something that's frustrating at the moment. I usually take a break from work that doesn't look good and I come back to it at a much later date. This pause allows me to see things differently, and I'm usually able to fix problems on canvas within minutes instead of hours or even days spent on it in the past. There is no cute formula for success in painting. It's hard work every day. Other artists' achievements inspire me to move forward, and those artists become my guiding stars. That's why I have no jealousy towards my peers, because I can see what's possible in due time and practice. We fulfill our dreams with our own work, not the work of others. And I believe we succeed eventually because we refuse to quit. Although it often feels like a dead end where there is nothing to go by, when words like nice work or good stuff can get you only that far. But a strong will, belief in myself, and the internal life for my craft keeps me grounded. On dreaming big. As a child, I didn't learn to dream. As an adult, I spent 2 decades of my life figuring out how to dream big. It involved a lot of inner work, parting with established rules and social conditioning. I became ambitious. A word that's attributed to successful men, ambition often describes women in a negative tone as heartless go-getters. However, a healthy dose of ambition is necessary to grow professionally. As parents, we should encourage development of natural abilities in our children to form lifelong interests And as adults, we should take responsibility for ourselves to develop ambition. I believe that long-term success is never accidental. It's hard work and sacrifice mixed with obsessive desire to overcome the impossible, mostly overcoming my own limitations. Some people spend years complaining and waiting for a miracle to dawn on them, but I think that's finding excuses and not working on your fears get you nowhere. By challenging myself and accepting failures, I've been taking many steps forward in becoming who I am today. However, what I've been missing in my life is a role model or a mentor. If you want to succeed in anything you dream about, find a strong mentor in your field. Mentorship helps model successful behavior. It also cuts down on frustration by doing the art business efficiently. You can waste years figuring stuff out on your own. I also understood that gaining the right direction is a lot more important than speed. We want to have quick results, but life is rarely quick to deliver what we want. And understanding exactly what I wanted took a lifetime for me. Goals and aspirations may change over time, it's okay. But if you're serious about your career, concrete goals with dates on my calendar make a big difference for me that give measurable results. I often find myself in consistent hard work, pushing through frustrations and failures daily. But I have also noticed that it's not enough to break me through the ceiling. It's not enough to have the talent. It's not enough to work hard. It's not enough to exhibit. You have to find greater meaning in anything you do, which benefits others and is unique to you. Now I know that the most important thing for my soul is to encourage art students to succeed professionally, and this is where you'll find me with my students, podcast, and writing these days. Next time, I'll share my ideas about finding support and how to find belief in yourself and your purpose. Thanks so much. Take care. Bye bye.